should be the last video in our series on DWIs. I want to talk about rehab and when we might want to use that as a device. So if we're facing a DWI 1, it's really not going to come into play. Rehab's not really going to help with anything. This is really going to apply if we're dealing with a 2, 3, or a 4. And so usually when we're dealing with the 2 or a 3, or even with a 4, then the judge is gonna send you to jail. You can't get out of it with community service. You're almost certainly gonna have to. And one of the ways to get around it is to go to rehab. Now it's something we have to visit on, and different judges have different requirements. For some it has to be inpatient, meaning you can't come home at night. Others, they might take something where you can come home, where it's outpatient. So we want to make sure that it's something that the judge is going to accept, and then if it is something that they will, it's a good process, because number one, it's going to get you the help that you need, but then number two, it's going to take the place of the jail time, and then you don't have to go through that ordeal of being incarcerated for any amount of time, which is insanely stressful. And so in the situations where we were facing a 2, 3, or even a 4, when we had clients go to rehab, everything worked out great. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody who actually did any jail time as long as they completed the program. But the one thing that we run into, folks will take it on themselves just to take off and go to rehab. And what we strongly suggest is, let's make sure that we got permission from the court, permission from the prosecutor, that we can do that, because you can run into a situation where the court's going to be more upset with you for running off to rehab and missing a court date, whereas they would have allowed you to if you had just asked. So that's something that we advise folks on, is just make sure that we've cleared it with the court, that it's something that you can do before we just run off and do it. But it can be a helpful tool to keep you out of jail.